Good morning. Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your morning flash update for this Tuesday, and we're now at November 3rd, 2020, and we're sitting here at 9:30 a.m., and it is election day. Finally, the commercials will end, and I can go back to watching whatever it is on public TV that I watch, cable TV as we call it, and then the private stuff, you don't get the commercials anyways. But the question is, what is the market saying to us? I'm hearing analysts listening and, the idea that the stock market would go up because of spending regardless who wins, that's there. But gold, silver, copper up, platinum up, that is telling me to a degree a Biden win. The market's looking for a reinflation to take place. The dollar down sharply versus the foreign currencies, with at the same time the bond market and the note market putting yield back in. Well, again, to me that says the Biden win. I don't think you go anything right here in the energies. OPEC is going to meet, and now that Russia's given them a free hand, I think that free hand in the sense of a 90 days further extension is what the producers within Russia would like to do. I think that gives, as I said, cover yesterday to OPEC to not do anything. In the grain market, beans up 12. Could that be that the market's thinking that China has been, and I think that's something we've looked at, they think they'd be better off with a Biden presidency than a Trump presidency. So as I put this all together and try to figure out just where things are going, it doesn't mean the market's right. This is the voting day. The polls were wrong last time. I don't even know where the polls are. Everything I see is within a margin of error in the key states. But we're going to get and see what's going on. And I'm hoping, within days, at least we'll have what the popular vote did. That does not mean the winners will come in. Why? Contests. Lots of armies of attorneys ready to go in. As I read this morning, I know that the Republicans lost 2 cases yesterday, but there were 18 more in different state courts. Maybe we add a 0 to that. 180 will happen or more when the election actually begins and we start seeing everybody saying this isn't right. You just don't know. As for the economic data, it's good. It's not bad. Redbook's weekly U.S. retail sales up 1.2% for the first 2 weeks of Oct. They were up 2% for the first 4 weeks of October 2020 versus last year. And they're up 3.2% ending October 31st versus a year ago week. All that's good. The New York ISM number, well, that's a blowout number, 65 versus a 56. Come on, that's 9 points higher. Almost, 20% more? About 8% more? 18%? Yeah, about 8. Let me see. That would be about 18% more. Factory orders up 1.1% versus the 1% expected. Ex-defense up 1.8% versus last month's increase of 0.8. Factory orders ex-transportation up 0.5% versus 0.7%. And they revised the August down just a fraction. Australia cut its cash rate, which is their main rate, down by 15 basis points to 10 as it tries to stay away from a negative rate, but they're still coming down in those numbers. So when I look at it, I'll wish you the best with it. I have a philosophy of trading. I don't stand in front of trains, especially bullet trains as they're coming down the track, and try to figure, should I go left or right? Because by the time you try to adjust yourself, you get hit by the train, which is the equivalent of saying, why stand in front of this? There's going to be all the opportunity after tonight and tomorrow to step into these markets and try to figure out what to do. You also should always remember, pay attention to your indicators. Just because you hit a Bollinger Band, you say, well, the election, it's going to keep it going. I've learned things over the years. Pay attention to your indicators. That's the best way that I can sum this up. I will be covering in detail tomorrow morning, and if you're not a subscriber, you want to get involved, because I'm going to cover, starting in the morning, all that's happened here, how it's going to impact the markets. I start this at 5:40 in the morning, and I rock and roll through the idea. And the idea there is that you get to bounce your own trade ideas off of what I'm seeing. I will cover the shorter term, the swing trades. Swing trades, folks, are not day trades. They can last weeks. but they're a swing trade. It's when the market enters a thrust up or down in the market. The longer term trades, which I cover typically on a Saturday, but that doesn't mean like I did this morning. I bring up sometimes weekly charts in the daily review Monday through Friday as well. So you get to see those, you get to see what I'm doing, you get a mobile app with it. By the way, I got the iPhone 12. Is it fast? I live in Chicago, so we do have the 5G, and it is a rocket ship. I gave it to my wife, not for me. I'll buy one soon. Each video that I cover is going to affect ideas and the news affecting the market. So as you see I'm doing here, and I'll tell you what the morning reports were. Well, when I do my spider ETFs in the afternoon, they see what the market's looking for in the morning. And in the morning reports at 5:40, I cover what's going on in Asia, Europe, what's going on here, and give my traders a great analysis. What I think is a great analysis. Obviously, the elephant in the room is the election. Once that's over,